What's good, YouTube? We back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made a beat like the homie Devonwho. But before we get into this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to Serato Studio for sponsoring this video. If you guys are interested in trying out Serato Studio, go ahead and check out the promo code down below in the description. You guys can get it for free for 2 whole months. But with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. So when making this beat, I decided to start off with the drums, and it was kind of hard to decide what kind of style I was going for because Devonwho can have a different range of different kinds of drum patterns. Sometimes the BPM is super low, sometimes the BPM is kind of high, and I just kind of went with something that was in the middle, around 88 BPMs. So this is the drum pattern that I got, and yeah, let's check it out. So that's the drum pattern right there. Nothing too crazy. It's actually really simple. The hi-hats aren't really, consistent. The snare is always sitting on a 2 and a 4, and then the kick drum, again, not that complicated. The next part that I was actually kind of worried about were the chords. Devonwho usually has some pretty nice synth sounds, and I want something that sounds really fat and really smooth at the same time. So let me show you guys the sound that I got. The sound that I decided to use was the Warmy electric piano here in Serato Studio, and this is how it sounds. Real smooth, and just to balance it out, I added this tone balance EQ, and I also added a high pass filter right here. And these are the chords that I got. Pretty simple. With the drums, this is how it sounds. To get the bass line, I went over to Machines and got Massive X, and this is the sound that I got. It's called Wafty, and it sounds real fat, so I played around with the drums, and this is what I got. After I got that, I actually made a little mistake, and I was trying to play a little lead sound or whatever, but I was recording it with this bass line already on it. So with that little mistake, this is how it sounds with the drums. There we go. That little mistake right there was actually perfect.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
It sounds kind of weird, but at the same time it sounds technical, and Devonwho's beats are very technical at times. So I decided to keep it, and this is how it sounds with the synth. So at this point, I'm really happy. I'm really satisfied with the way it's turning out. So I decided to just add some little sprinkling effects and different sounds to it. And this is what I got. For the next sound, I went back to Machines and I went over to Massive X and I got the Advancer sound. And this is how it sounds. It's really loud, it's really in your face, and that's what I was going for. So after playing around with that, I got a little pattern that ascends up, and this is how it sounds. After that, I thought it sounded good. So I decided to add another bass because I feel like the bass line that I originally added was kind of getting cut out too much. You couldn't really tell that it was a bass line. So I went back down to Serato Studio, got the saw pluck synth, and this is the bass line that I got. That's another fat bass sound, and all I really did to get that sound was raise the glide just a little bit, and I raised the release just so that whenever I release the note, it kind of drags a little bit behind and mellows out. So with the drums, with the synths, with all the sounds combined, this is how that sounds. After this point, I feel like this little pattern or this little section of the beat would have been a little bit boring, so I decided to change it up a little bit, and this is what I got. I went over to the advancer synth that I got at Machine over on Massive X, and I decided to play the same chords that I played with the Serato Studio synth, the warmy electric piano sound, and this is what I got. After that, I decided that I wanted a little bit more character to it, so I decided to get the saw pluck sound again and add a little arpeggiating section to it, while the original bass line from Machine was playing kind of a different pattern. So this is the pattern that I got for the bass line and the saw pluck. So yeah, there we go with that. All that was played by hand, and I kind of changed up the effects a little bit on the saw pluck. All I really did was in some sections I would change the pan. So let me show you guys that. Certain section, the pan will go all the way to the right or all the way to the left, and then I also had the WUB modulated LFP or LPF, and that was just basically a LFO wobbling filter. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got, and after playing around with it, I sequenced the beat, and this is the finished product. That's the beat right there. After I recorded all that, I just basically dropped it onto the 404, added the compressor, and I called it a day. With all that being said, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for other producers you would like to see me make a beat like, please let me know. And again, if you guys want to cop Serato Studio for free for 2 months, go ahead and check out the link in the description. Just use promo code LowKey and you'll be all set. But without further ado, that's going to be the video, and yeah, peace out.